Hello friends and welcome back to another garden video. The winters have come to an end in most part of India, so these beautiful winter petunia plants are now going to seed off and then die out. These petunias can definitely survive for another month or so, but ultimately they'll die out. So if you are just like me who loves these beautiful petunias, and also nowadays they are available in the scented varieties, then as the summer comes you do miss these beautiful flowering plants. But there is also another variety of petunia which can be planted during the summer season, and these are the Mexican petunias. Though they are not related to the winter petunias which we plant, they do look like the petunia flowers because they have the same trumpet shaped flowers, and these also come in different colors like pink, violet, white. These petunias are commonly called as the desert petunias, and they are really good pollinator attractors. When these bloom, you will see the bees, the butterflies coming into your garden. Even dragonflies come over here because of these flowers. During the summer season, when it becomes too hot and most of the plants find it difficult to survive, these Mexican petunias, they grow really well and they bloom really nicely during the hot summer season. So this is the right time to actually repot these plants so that you get adequate blooms throughout the summers. These petunias are very fast growers and spread quickly by giving out new plantlets from the rhizomes, and they are also self-seedling. So these grow out very quickly everywhere. These plants can be grown anywhere as long as the temperature is warm and not too cold, and these are very sturdy plants and they can tolerate heat, flood, dry weather and even dry soil conditions. So they can be planted in dry as well as moist soil conditions. Now let me show you the propagation methods. The first one is the seed method. So over here you can see these plants form these kind of seed pods. This green color thing is the seed pod, and when it becomes brown it automatically ruptures and the seeds are thrown all around and new plantlets are formed. This one is a green seed pod. This is unripe, and this one is a brown one which has ripened. Now let me open up this green one to show you the seeds. These white things are the immature unripe seeds. When the pods become brown in color, the seeds are also ripened, like over here. All you need to do is spread them in the soil and water and they will grow out as seedlings. When the seedlings become bigger, you can transplant them in bigger pots. The second method of propagation is by stem cuttings, and all you need are some pieces of the Mexican petunia plant stem. Remove the lower leaves if leaves are present. Over here I don't have leaves in the lower portion, so I am going to directly plant them in the soil like so and water it, and this is it. New roots will form and you will get a new plantlet. And now let me show you the third method of propagation, which is the rhizome method. So over here, just above the roots and below the stem, there is a thickened area which is the rhizome of this Mexican petunia plant. These rhizomes gives rise to many new plantlets, and you'll have to break apart the rhizome to remove the plantlets. So this one is the rhizome, and in this manner you can just break apart the plantlets formed on the rhizome and you can plant them separately. Here I am just pulling them apart with my hands, but you can use any cutting tool to make sure that the plants don't get damaged, because I have a lot of these Mexican petunia plants. So for the video I am just pulling them apart and separating the plantlets. It is always a good idea to cut the rhizomes, otherwise sometimes the top of the plant breaks off from the rhizomes, and again you can simply put these plantlets in the soil and water them and these will form new plants. So this is one of the easiest methods of propagating these Mexican petunias. The rhizome method is also 100% effective because the plants do not usually die out. Just keep in mind to not overwater these saplings when you have planted them, otherwise they might rot off. Now let me show you how I repot my Mexican petunia plants so that I can have a colorful garden during the summers also. Usually I put coconut husk in the bottom and the garden waste material or the flowers, etc. I keep them aside and I put them in the lower part of the container because these Mexican Petunia plants give good blooms if it has a lot of organic matter in the soil, but the soil must be well draining. So this is a good method to create your own compost in the lower part of the pot. After putting these compost material in the lower part, I simply put soil on top of it and I plant the saplings on the soil, and this is all that I do. But first I have to separate out the plantlets because they are badly root bound. Since these plants are fast growers, you have to repot them frequently because they do get root bound and there are a lot of plantlets which form due to the rhizomes. So you can see the condition of this Mexican Petunia. If I would have left it like this, then it would not have given much flowers. So I am going to separate out the plantlets and I am going to replant them. So first of all, we have to separate out the fresh saplings from this mess. So I'm going to separate out the roots and I'm going to take out the saplings, the new ones which are formed, and I'm going to replant them in another pot. Here you can see I am being a little bit rough with this plant because these are not like orchids that you have to do things very carefully, otherwise the plant will be damaged. These are very sturdy plant. So you can roughly take out the plantlets and you can choose the ones that you wish to plant. I prefer to plant the fresher plantlets because they give flowers quicker compared to the older ones. If the roots are too long, it is always a good option to trim them off so that they will not get root bound quickly again. So in this manner I am separating the saplings and then I am going to plant them in the pot which I had prepared with the soil. And after planting all the saplings, here I am going to plant both the pink and violet colored ones together. All you need to do is give them a light drizzle of water and then keep them in a semi-shaded area for a day or two. Afterwards you can keep them out in the direct sun and these plants will grow really nicely and you can then enjoy the beautiful flowers throughout the summer season. Before I finish off this video, I'd like to tell you that these plants can be grown in shade, semi-shade or in full sun, but remember, if you want a lot of blooms, then it is best to plant them under full sun. Under the full sun, the stems turn purplish in color and when grown in shade, they have greener stems. They grow best in pots if the soil is well drained and rich. If they like a slightly acidic soil, it is a good idea to give them a little bit of mustard cake diluted liquid fertilizer once in a while. Very much disease resistant, but if you see spider mites, use diluted neem oil spray and that's enough. If you found this video useful and enjoyed watching this video, and thanks for watching.